Hey, it's Rich Tehrani. We're here at the IT Expo Tech Super Show 2025 in Fort Lauderdale. On our program today is esteemed analyst Jon Arnold with J. Arnold and Associates. Jon, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Oh, just great, Rich. Really happy to be here. I'd like to say February in Florida is really the only thing we have to worry about, and we're here. The snow is up to our eyeballs in the Northeast, so nothing to complain about, right?
Yeah, I got out in between large amounts of snowflakes coming down, which was, I think, our first major storm of the year and our second storm in 2 years. So I'm not complaining, but of course it was the day I was going to the airport, so that's how it works, right?
Yeah, let's just say the people I've talked to who are going back after the show are in no rush to go back, so they may stay another day. Can you blame them, really?
Yeah, we may have to turn the show into a whole month event.
I'd be down for that. So.
So you're the chairman. You're running the Future of Work Expo, which is an important part of the Tech Super Show, and it discusses really, the name implies what it is, but it's so important nowadays because of pandemic, work from home, come back to the office, work partially. Some people yes, some people no. People don't want to come back, right? We're in this kind of whirlwind of news where companies are bringing people back. They're not all coming back. Some are working from home, right? So in the middle of all that is, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with the technology? How do you deal with the people? How do you deal with productivity, efficiency? Your show and the tracks within that event discuss what I just laid out. Tell us more about that.
Well, sure. When you think about future of work, that's kind of a generic thing. It affects everybody, whether you're a one-man show, multinational corporation. They all are dealing, like you say, with hybrid. How do I get people back to the office? Are people really any more productive working from home? Where are they going to be happiest? So we have this pendulum swing of everyone in office, then everyone at home, and now we're trying to get a balance of the two. Now that's a generic thing, as I said, that affects all businesses. This being a tech event, we're looking at it through the lens of, where does technology come into play? And so there is the personal level of the technologies that allow us to be more productive. So things like UCaaS, and of course AI, helping automate a lot of our tasks and workflows. That's part of the future work because there's a shift going on from what we do as humans in the workplace, wherever we're working from, and then there's all the automation. All the things that it does for us now, like call summaries, composing emails, arranging our meetings, doing reports for us, all that kind of stuff. And you can imagine through every aspect of the workplace, whether it's HR, trying to hire people, whether they're trying to train people, companies trying to develop new products, contact centers trying to do a better job with customers, they're all being impacted by these technologies. And that's part of the future work because the relationship between technology and workers is getting much tighter, right? Everything's becoming very tech-centric. So there's a lot of learning to be done. And every year it's different. Same topics, but new technologies keep coming.
Yeah, and you mentioned AI. Obviously, AI is at this event is part of everything at every event, right? It's just in the last 3-4 years exploded on the scene, and I think more importantly than not just generative is the agents, right? Agentic AI and how you're going to have the future of work be a mix of humans and agents and cooperation and integration and maximizing the productivity of an organization, managing the output, managing the data. I mean, there's so many issues. There's privacy, there's security, right? It is the new world that we're entering is moving fast, and the early adopters are going to probably take all, right? It'll be a winner take all environment in the future. And that's, I think, something that the attendees in the room, they're fortunate enough to be learning and staying on the edge of what's happening, and so they'll be prepared when they go back to the office to compete more effectively.
That's right, and it's kind of like right place, right time, because we weren't talking about agentic AI last year, where AI applications are now becoming more autonomous, handling tasks end-to-end without human input. That's starting to filter into every aspect of the workplace now. Imagine like each of us has our own personal assistant that's virtual, and you can in fact have multiple personal assistants. So one of the big themes we're exploring, we had a good session on this yesterday, is AI going to be your friend or is it going to take your job? And we need to get the mindset through the organizations about how, no, AI, you've got to learn to embrace it because it can do a lot of good things for you. But then the people who are running businesses, the decision makers, also have to make sure we don't go overboard with AI to turn it into a surveillance tool that employees don't trust, think it's going to take their job. If you can get that kind of peaceful coexistence with AI as something that augments what we do in our jobs, not replaces our jobs, then that's the future of work we're trying to get to, right? We don't want to have everything automated with no people. It's all about people in the end. So how do we make them the most productive and happiest and engaged? That's kind of what we're exploring here.
Fantastic. Thanks for being on the show, Jon. This was great.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me, Rich, and appreciate being on the video here today.